Hey all, Nesso here, checking out the reworks on Nekros. I am not the biggest fan of playing Nekros outside of farming. While Creeping Terrify was pretty awesome when the mod was introduced, usually most Necroses rely on their shadows and using shielded shadows with a maximum of 95% damage mitigation. This just didn't really work out for me. I hate having all those units on my screen, blocking my shots, and wasting ammo and time shooting them because I can't really tell a lot of colors apart because I'm fucking colorblind. And certain people like to play with blue energy colors and the nullifier bubbles look the same. I hate running with Shadows Nekros. But with the update, it's not too bad because Shadows of the Dead is now always capped to 7 units. Shield of Shadows is kind of weaker, but it now scales with power strength. But with around 215% power strength, it only gives you about 90% damage mitigation, which is still a lot, but you know, compared to what it was before, where you could get to 95%, it is kind of a nerf, yeah. But in terms of overall activity with it, you'll always have those 7 shadows up, so you're always having that 90% damage mitigation, whereas the 95% wasn't always up when you were using the old Shadows Nekros build. How the shadows work now is that they are slowly losing health based on your duration. Their damage and health are scaled based on the power strength of your Nekros. While you have 7 shadows up, if you tap 4 again, it basically just heals them up. If they're more than 30 meters away, it brings them towards you. It just teleports them right on top of you, which is incredibly handy if you gotta move, or if you're in a survival mission, you're always moving from position to position. Now, when you have your 7 units out, you still have that queue for shadows that will come out eventually, but it now prioritizes the stronger units. This makes it great because you can just hop in a mission, kill a few units, hit your 4 real quick, summon those shadows to keep you alive with Shield of Shadows, and slowly build up a strong army. Overall, I find the new shadow changes to be great, and the Nekros main that I often play with says he enjoys them as well. Now, as for Desecrate, it is now a toggle. And initially it starts out pretty slow as it turns those bodies into loot, but it ramps up and it becomes more efficient in the long run. As for modding, the only thing that really affected are range and efficiency, but because of its high base range, it makes Nekros a lot more flexible for building, which is a great change. I highly approve of all the Desecrate changes. It allows you to play as a part of the team. You're not just at the back pretending like you're a DJ, you're actually out there shooting and your Desecrate is going and getting you loot. Now, as for builds, I've come up with 3 builds today. First one was a Desecrate build. It just had a lot of range and it has Creeping Terrify for the additional CC. As for the next 2 builds, you definitely need Arcane Energize to make this work. Build B is balanced, has Creeping Terrify and Shield of Shadows at 65 damage reduction, and it is capable of desecrating when you need to. Now, you can take out Streamline and put in Intensify if you want like a 78% damage reduction instead, but I find that you're often hitting 4 to move your shadows around, plus you kinda want a cheaper Terrify just in case you need to hit the button. As for my final build, it is a pure Shadows build with 90% damage reduction. It's pretty strong, but I just hate running with just pure Shadows. Like, it's hard to deal with that low efficiency and still be desecrating properly. Plus you don't have Creeping Terrify to help your team out when it starts to get a little hectic. The Nekros main that I play with, Dave, he plays something similar to this one, and he loves his Shadows, so it works out for people who like that, I suppose. So, at the end, I think the update is generally a buff to Nekros and is a great change overall. I like being able to just stock up on a pretty strong army without worrying about what I accidentally kill just to get those stronger shadows out there. It's also nice that you can just summon them wherever you are, which actually makes them helpful. Desecrate is also great and actually allows us to play the game. Initially, the update might seem bad to those few people who actually like playing Shadows Nekros, but just mess around with your build. I'm sure you'll find something that you'll like, and it really is a buff overall. As always, thank you for checking out my video. If you enjoyed it, give her a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until the next video, be sure to have a good one.